Krishna, on this night of Sharad Poornima, as the full moon, Srila Prabhupada explains that this full moon tonight in Vrindavan is the most beautiful night of the year. And when Krishna saw the beautiful full moon, the Vrindavan Chandra, the moon of Vrindavan rising, and its rays just opening up the special fragrant lotus flowers in the Yamuna. And the moon was enticing the jasmine, the malati flowers to open and spread nectarine fragrances. And the moon was inducing the peacocks and the parrots to be singing beautiful songs. And Krishna, within his heart of heart, awakened this deep desire to give the highest pleasure to his most intimate, loving devotees, the Gopis. So he stood under the bamsi-bat tree near the bank of Yamuna, and he placed his flute to his lips, which are brilliant and shining like the bimba fruit. And the love of his heart poured in the form of his breath through the holes of the flute. And that love of his heart, when it went through the holes of his flute, it transformed into a beautiful song. It was literally Krishna's infinite love for his gopis manifesting in a sound vibration that was so sweet. Our deities, Radha Gopinath, Gopinath's playing that same song for us. But we have to have the ears, we have to have the love to hear it. And when that beautiful flute song spread through the environment of Sri Braj Bhumi, it entered into the ears of gopis and then literally stole their hearts. He was calling for them. And for gopis, they manifested the supreme excellence of renunciation. They put aside anything and everything and ran to the forest to reciprocate with Krishna. Krishna was playing the flute simply to make them happy, and they were going only to make him happy. Some were cooking. The preparation is just boiling. They were so eager to be with Krishna, they didn't even take the pot off the fire. They just let it boil over. Others were serving their families dinner, and they just put down the pot and left. Family, where are you going? They didn't have time to say anything. It's the night. Others were nursing their babies. They just put their baby down and left. Others were getting dressed. And they heard it, and they just were practically half dressed. They knew they had to get dressed, but they were in such a rush, they put the top part of their clothing on the bottom part of their body and the bottom part on the top, and I don't know what that looked like, but they ran to the forest. They didn't concern themselves with what people are going to say, violations of social etiquette. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshaishami masuja. Our acharyas explain this is the very essence of the personification of this verse on the highest level. Abandon all varieties of dharma and just surrender to me. Because they did it with pure love. And through the night forest, they arrived on the bank of Yamuna, where they met with Krishna. And Krishna was so happy to see them. He smiled and he glanced. The infinite love of his heart flowing through his glance, flowing through his smile, flowing through his words. And he said, I'm so happy that you are here. You have come to see me. And you must be so happy that you have seen the moonlit forests of Vrindavan. Just see how the moon is shining and reflecting so beautifully upon each leaf and each flower, and then singing of the birds. You have satisfied me with your love. You have seen the moonlit forest. Now you should go home. Because you have duties to your families. He went on with this advice. And as he was speaking, the gopis were looking down on the ground and they were crying and they were drawing little curved lines with their toes in the dust of the earth. And finally, when he stopped speaking, they were really the highest philosophers because they had realized the ultimate goal. They said, what you're saying is what we're doing. After all, you are the Paramatma. You are the life force in every living being. The only reason we love anyone is because you're present in their heart. When you leave someone, they're a dead corpse. In other words, what they were saying is what the Bhagavatam explains. When you water the root of the tree, that water goes to every part of the tree, to every leaf, every branch, every flower, every twig. And Krishna, you're the root of everything. You're the life force, the prananath of everyone. So by serving you and pleasing you, we are fulfilling all our duties for everyone. And Krishna was so pleased, he accepted. And then he began to reciprocate with the devotion of each gopi in such a way that each gopi was thinking, they were singing together, they were dancing together. Each gopi was thinking, Krishna's only with me. Krishna's Rasa Bihari. When it comes to Rasa or spiritual relationships, Krishna can perfectly, fully, ever increasingly satisfy all of his devotees. See, you and me, if we pay attention to someone, then we can't pay attention to someone else. But Krishna, in the spiritual world, there are unlimited devotees in so many forms, with so many personalities. And Krishna, simultaneously, intimately, everyone is thinking, Krishna's with me. That's Krishna's power. Can you imagine having a lover like this? One of the expansions of Krishna in his Vasudeva feature in Dwarka was living with 16,108 queens simultaneously. But in the highest realm of love, Vrindavan, each gopi was thinking, Krishna's just with me. How is this? All these loving, loving, loving devotees are all around and Krishna just never leaves me. Krishna, when he performs his leelas, there are so many levels of ras and also philosophical, social, characteristically instructive lessons as well. Krishna wanted to show the world he will not tolerate pride in a devotee. And what is pride? I am better than everyone else. The gopis were thinking like this in a very pure way, that I must be better than everyone else because he's only with me. At that moment, Krishna disappeared from everyone. And the gopis were completely humbled. Of course, this was not material pride. But for those of us with material pride, this is the lesson we have to learn. Krishna leaves us when we give in to our false egos. And sometimes he teaches basic lessons on the highest platform to the highest devotees. When Krishna disappeared, the gopis went completely mad in separation. Of course, we know this Vipralamba bhava is the highest union with the Lord. There's Sambhoga and Vipralamba, the love of meeting Krishna and the love of being in separation from Krishna. And the two forever nourish the sweetness of the other. Because for a sincere devotee, Krishna is never separate. But that appearance of being physically separate causes the devotee, in those feelings of apparent unhappiness, to go deeper and deeper and deeper into their heart, where in remembering Krishna, Krishna is embracing them at the very core of their very souls. That is Vipralamba. They were so intoxicated with their love for Krishna, they began to search. They were asking each and every tree of the forest. They left the bank of the Yamuna and went deeper and deeper into the forest. Oh, Tamal tree. Oh, banyan tree. Oh, Kadamba tree. Have you seen the son of Nanda Maharaj? They were asking the deers. They were asking the stars, the sky, the moon, the flowers, the earth. Oh, Mother Earth, you are so fortunate. Krishna steps on you with his lotus footprints. Who is more fortunate than you? You must know where Krishna is. Where did he go? But nobody answered. And they started manifesting Krishna's pastimes. One gopi would become Putana, one would become Krishna. One would become Krishna, one would become Shakatashur, and they were replaying all of these leelas in the forest. And as they were going deeper and deeper, they found another set of footprints next to Krishna's. And they were speaking among themselves how Krishna has left all of us who have surrendered our lives with love for one gopi. And that one gopi, her worship, her love is superior to all others. This is the place in the Srimad Bhagavatam where the culmination, the secret purpose of the Bhagavatam is manifested. The supreme glory of that one gopi, Srimati Radharani. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikratir Ladini Shaktiratma. That the one absolute truth eternally has these two forms of Radha Krishna. Krishna is the supreme Vishaya, object of love. Sri Radha is the supreme whole of the ashraya, the abode of love. She's the source of all love. All love that anyone has is only an infinitesimal part and parcel of Radha's love. In Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, this concept is developed where Krishna wants to taste the sweetness of Radha's love. Because it's the highest happiness, the deepest spiritual revelation. So Krishna left the highest of all devotees to be with Sri Radha.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on thesacredconnect.com.